Oh, you don't.
Okay. Now, and also you just say
unlimited 2,000.
and it's unlimited.
With my special day.
Just you beat me a charm and nipa be 200. Okay, then that is good. I think that is a very, very good note to start the show. And then for Catholics, no, and then start it, and then Ash Wednesday, and it starts the period of Lent and period of quietness, calm, and and we are also admonished say you be child, you also remember so mark akabi also if you are sorry na me buy. And it's very important that we do that. I think it's a good see bit much amount of money, no. Ama ye tie for NT. Analysis ni we are cheska. Also in terms of the money that you can get elsewhere, no say best be. And let's see a Ghana man, so obviously representing Ghana. Come. Rich. Football ni more analysis It's important for us to understand the need of nuance. Football ni more analysis. And make a way off the back of a Madrid and let's go the Madrid game. Now exactly what we expected. Exactly what we expected in the saying say senior game no ebeko. Senior ball no park no so ebeko. And the most important fact say it is probably one of the matches you will not be able to tell you will qualify after the first leg. And maybe apart from the Arsenal PSV game at Eindhoven, Arsenal for a fully Eindhoven for any aside no. Almost every game you can tell say Nipo could be ended the Nibe to tell Kakra. Yes, Villa did it a 3-1 Brugge. A game where you say a dead Kakra, but still giving what Club Brugge have done against Atalanta, you give them some chance Kakra. Then you go and look at the game and against the most goals Nebeba. I know that just 2 goals and the least goals yesterday. Our Champions League game, our Signal Iduna, very, very good game between Lille and the Dortmund match. Also a game that's open and will be decided at Lille. So in all of these matches, you can tell say games are very, very interesting in all of the teams. Games are you can't really write anybody off. And Rich, and now across all the centers, it was super. I won't talk about Mikel Arteta and the Arsenal team because 8 goes to 1. And it will maybe now a little bit embarrassing for PSG for no. Maybe someone say, now any team way na Juventus struggles on any ball when Dovin one. Any team way na even Liverpool at some point in time. Yes, at that time Liverpool are qualified. We answer.
Arsenal team are interesting.
That is exactly the kind of team you don't come on. Rich. And Massa say Brahim Marco La Diferencia. Essentially talking about the fact that Brahim Diaz and I had a difference maker on the day in a big game El Madrid Cromona. Almost that match, no was a warm embrace between Carlo Ancelotti and Diego Simeone. I think say Uche Bonibia, say Uko Spain. The Spanish way of playing is essentially to have a lot of the ball. Say oh, you're married up a ball, oh, you're boss up a ball, that's what they do. But for the 2 big teams that are Spain, they don't usually want the ball. You're more up from the relational point of view in terms of football, not particularly about positional. At the end of the day, you're perceiving. And these are the 2 teams in Madrid that were coming off face to face to each other. And more said before this game, Atletico de Madrid and the Madrid games twice this season have ended in a 1-1 draw. So we knew that there were going to be goals from both sides. We knew say go the battle. But how was it going to be like? What will be the difference makers on the day? Which makers in Miacho? You can't write Madrid off ever. In any game, not just Champions League. Madrid were a lot of difference makers on the field of play.
Game changers.
Let me take Gabi. And what Gabi said was excellent. Carlo Ancelotti attested to that fact. Said, need 2 key players, Vinicius Jr. and then of course Kylian Mbappe. On that night and no. But there were 3 players that essentially turned the game around for Team FNFC Real Madrid. And Atletico de Madrid in a 4-4-2 mid-block say, Rich, both teams no empebo no sa obi empebo ne bo. So that one and a ball only ball possession. A calculator being 50-50. Across the game, it is 51-49. Madrid 51% of ball possession. Atletico de Madrid 49. You started ball on the pay. You could tell say Madrid 4 plan was not to force the issue against my friend Atletico de Madrid. Atletico sat in a 4-4-2 mid block. And a Madrid able some semblance of a 4-3-3, but then constantly making sure say Atletico for ebe for say now almost ekita border. Madrid will say that we don't have to circulate the ball in the half spaces to find Mbappe quickly. So only see Timobo. So very good positional play teams now, like Barcelona as well. What they will do is say quickly, or breaking lines, not finding Dani Olmo, or finding Gavi, or finding Pedri in the half space, save for the likes of City. But what Madrid did on the day, he says, "Yekita ball in pa, yeah match you man in come having kita ha, he circulating ball in front of their block, not in between the lines against their block." And yes, sir, so we need a ball off here. Your wingers nation and Taki will have a lot of distance to cover, and then they will hurt us. I think that was excellent game plan from Carlo Ancelotti. And for somebody, me get very critical of Carlo in the dream at Madrid. And every day I am quick to say the players know sometimes bail him out, And I love the tactical plan.
If you class it tactical when you're good.
Like I mean,
but now they will see Kamavinga off.
Yeah, I think so. And yes,
so when you know Fima,
yeah,
and Atletico Bena second go.
Well, yes, you can talk about that, but for me,
but quickly, so no. As Atletico for no use more.
You see, away from that, taking off at 2-1, Carlo Ancelotti wanted control. Into who is the better controller in the Madrid team? Ceballos, Cruz, the one man. Look how Modric comes in. And for me, that ball circulation, was important to the extent that on the tactical board. Athletic are sitting in their unconventional 4-2-4 and I say 4-4-2. And yet symmetric, asymmetric. It's one 4 no I say, then 2 in the same Fiifi and then another 4. But Rich, Madrid players are in our central area. I see. Just one. Mbappe pen one player in the central area. Now, Rodrigo goes on the left hand side, or I say right hand side, sorry. Then on top is Vinicius Jr. Look at the players in here. Federico Valverde, who is essentially a build-up player in the midfield and in the midfield zone. Chilmeni in Kamavinga, and that's what I'm telling you. Say, Madrid for plan was to circulate the ball here. Yeah, forcing Fiifi. It is the one who said Mbappe who ball game Libya. It was a ploy. Mbappe no occupy him centrally. Then we head them here. Now look at this part. Johan Gallan. Tries to over close it down on a bench of Rodrigo Goes. There are 2 things he can do as a fullback. He defend the space and as he defend the man. Gallan decides to defend the man. No, just space not to want him. Excellent idea from our branch friend Federico Valverde to attack the space with the ball and then hope say the player will beat Golan with say Golan any faster even than Rodrigo Campa. The way I know before I bet now Rodrigo caught. And for me, that was excellent.
And now
Rodrigo goes.
Say, underrated.
Very, very, very underrated.
Underrated. And because I say go now, I didn't see me team. And because I'm trying on my WhatsApp, say look, Aquano Ebola.
Yeah, top player.
And the instant as a forward, I get beyond comprehension.
Yeah. Very, very
super
very, very, very good player.
Super player.
Rodrigo goes. And Rich.
You also take your Branton on.
Come on. As any him say top goals were going to come right away from that. You see, Rich. Time when Julian Alvarez every city no for Adebayo. So that when he goes into a team where he becomes the point of view, or the go-to guy. And for me, as Atletico de Madrid, at Man City, yes, good team, but under the shadows of Erling Braut Haaland. This week, was against Athletic Bilbao, Atletico Foni winning on top of Madrid. Then in a game like that, when they needed somebody to step up, it was just him. And they picked the ball from the right-hand side and then scored a brilliant goal. And na me need the live commentary me from my phone and say Twitter me ko na yala chat was na ye James Brazil and Argentina gave me a 25th of March but a border was Santiago Bernabeu on ma and I think that was spot on in there and essentially Brahim Diaz in the second half Emmanuel 2 goals to 1 so the tie is still open for everybody, don't worry, the tie is still open for everybody and I'm sure say a really interesting tie. My focus is here. So Madrid Ayena so gather momentum Barca would want to do. And yet as big a match like Madrid Atletico de Madrid. But what you have to understand is that for FC Barcelona, almost against an opponent and also an oppositioner, or more like a chameleon. The last time Hansi Flick called back to Benfica, against Benfica. It was a game where we didn't expect Benfica maybe but they did. But I've said it several times. Say one of the current Benfica manager, the former coach of Wolverhampton Wanderers, constantly as a manager, one of the things that he does so well is the compact three at the back becoming five and preventing you from hurting them. So I've asked myself this question, and this man, Bruno Lage, against Barca. Will he still open up the game and let Barca beat him? Because of share goals, Barca share goals. And I know they obey a little bit shrewd. No account and ask Barca to break them down when you go into the match. And then what we are hearing, and he said Barca go into it with a lineup of Inigo Martinez, Balde Resteye, Frankie de Jong to control the game, Pedri, Dani Olmo, Lamine Yamal, Lewandowski, Rafinha. Then of course on the other side, Atakoglu will lead the line still. And the first Greek player also consistently was Champions League named Pavlidis with Antonio Silva and Otamendi. Everybody showed Mama 4. I think in nights like this, Barca seem to have that control. And I'll put my money on Barca to go away to go and do their job away from home. Rich, who may say chance we are on? Who may say ball we are? They may be a new football fan. For whatever reason in the world. Yeah. So now, and I mean, yes, a match is now solid. Bayern, Leverkusen, Liverpool, Paris Saint-Germain, Barca, Benfica. These are very good matches. Inter going away to Feyenoord. And that one, I won't go there. I believe the Inter, yes, I'm going to leave from there having me good, but away to Feyenoord, Inter double chance over 1.5 is a good one that I will go for away from home. This one. Do you think, say, Paris Saint-Germain, tell me a starting season, now, this man has been vindicated, Anna.
For letting some guys go, Anna.
And now the team is playing well.
Oh, yeah.
Season is starting, who feel how they qualified, Anna? They didn't qualify automatically. And automatic qualification, because struggle here. Top 22, so this is a Paris Saint-Germain team. Months ago, it took Nasser Khalif, so he believes in the coach. He believes in the manager, and he can go on and deliver the successes that they are looking for. I think Luis Campos has done a good job in terms of squad building. And Makaneha said the parable of the elevator and the staircase. No, Paris Saint-Germain try elevator and Anyejuma. Now they are being forced to go through the staircase. I've seen a tactical switch throughout the league this season. Almost unbeaten, and we have just a few more matches to go. And almost be and then and slot ekasa about Vicha Kvaratskhelia. Or say probably you don't come from England. We are interested in every player in the world. It's exaggerated. I can't tell you if we were interested or not. Talking about the way England coach journalists overestimating everything that goes in there. I've seen what this starting lineup looks like. And now Luis Enrique said that as a coach, in the last few matches, about this French boy called Desiree Doué, about him as a number 10 behind the attackers. Now about Vicha Kvaratskhelia, Bradley Barcola, and Alberto Osman Dembele, it's a front four. Also, acquire a tactical meeting with the team. Boys still be air catcher and say, boss our front four against Liverpool. Now, really Liverpool match in them. But also shift from a more experienced tactical point of view. One Shinya, the balance that he's looking for in the middle of the park, he won't get it if he plays the Serie in central areas. We know, say, Abante Fen Jean Neves will play. And I've told you, sir, for me, Paris Saint-Germain, I thought Vicha Kvaratskhelia, I thought Bradley Barcola, I thought Ousmane Dembele. But the best purchase has been this boy called Jean Neves. Because essentially, on the tempo controller, but in this day, in the modern age, when your tempo control or sounds physical or combative or cover large grounds, then you know that you have an exceptional player. And that is what Abrante friend Jean Neves with Abrante friend of Vitinha and Abrante friend Fabian Ruiz to control the middle of the park. Fabian Ruiz, what he did at the Euros for the Spanish national team, there for everybody to see. Very important player. Echion Marquinhos, Pacho, Nuno Mendes and your branch friend Ashraf Hakimi. Only the battlefront of this match, Richardo. Ashraf Hakimi penenimba. Trent Alexander-Arnold penenimko. Also on the opposing wing, there is Bradley Barcola, there is Luis Diaz. Bradley Barcola tricky, very good in wide areas. Into Johnny space for hand more how. Again, there is also Luis Diaz, who is very direct and aggressive. Say Ashraf Hakimi bar, he's going to be in trouble. I don't want to be in the dilemma out of the coaches no. I think it's a ball. So Paris Saint-Germain they have to play it here.
Middle.
Yes. You saw a lot of strength in wide areas. But if you overcommit in wide areas, that is where Liverpool will do a lot of outlet job for you. Ome Yusuf Mohamed Salah, because Bali Bakola Nyene Jume Yeno Kokema. It means that Mohamed Salah will occupy that spot and have a hell of a job for a branch FN Nuno Mensch. But what I'm saying is that the Paris Saint-Germain ultimate control game with Fiifi on them. Have possession, recycle possession, win a lot of duels, now almost control game from there. Then they pin Liverpool back and have sustained spells of pressure. And yes, idea. Liverpool transits in the channels, open up the spaces, and then they will head them and then get goals from them. It's on him. Misika or Paris Saint-Germain. But on the goals, on the betway bets and ayedema yetie for there. Essentially, it's about goals. That game. Very, very likely say be in a draw. Maybe share match ni dia me makuma Paris Saint-Germain like my catch on because I like how they play. But I think that goals are going to come. And a team by mention any team my friend by Leverkusen also very interesting match I know that there are going to be a lot of goals also in some match and this season Xavi Alonso will try bia no hit roadblock or try no hit roadblock or not the results that he wants. I am thinking said this one away at Bayern and NOT Asimoka. Also Bayern are having a very good season. We are ready for a very hard fight in there. Crescent Company seems to get the players to be playing exactly how they want to play Honum. And I think that this is going to be a match that's going to be open for them. In some match also goals are going to flow in there. In all of that, Yakeke Sieni get very, very good picks because you say go no ebeto baby. So that's the first one. There are some anytime goal scorers where I say some of them 20-30 odds because they just 4 games in the Champions League and they back up asanso account amount. It's just 3 matches and 3 codes and they and then on the tactical board on the betway screen. So now what's me kucha okwa just make sure so we try the 3 codes and the first one 181 8D 25D 181 8D 25D. Next one 181 5A C9 181 5AC9. Next last one here 181 84 CA4 181 84 CA4. That is all. I say now mention 2000 and I say yen komra. Okay, my boss me pese. I love ya. Okay, here car boom be brave. Nah. Okay.
Say you got 3 4 na ya bu so. Ya chiches kan dia gum na. Nyame adom china.